What's up, y'all? Today I got a message from my fellas. And ladies, maybe you'll be able to learn something from this too. But so I was in my study. It's Woman Crush Wednesday. I love my wife. And I was just like, hey, today I'm gonna study on how to be a better husband. I know that, my wife has a role to play, but I know that me as the head of my household, I have a role to play as well. And I wanna make sure that I'm fit in the way that I need to be so that I can get that support and everything else that I know that I deserve as a husband. And so I was in Proverbs and I was reading verse 12. I want to actually read it from the NIV version. I was reading in the King James as well, but I like the breakdown of NIV version in terms of clarity. And so I'm going to just read verse 4. It says, "A wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones." And I'm going to bring this back to the King James Version because, it starts off, of course, in the NIV, it says, "A wife of noble character is her husband's crown." But in the King James Version, it states it like this: A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as rottenness in his bones. And so I wanted to talk about a virtuous woman. Going back to Women's Crush Wednesday, I love you, baby. But what is a virtuous woman? A virtuous woman is described as someone having or showing high moral standards. Proverbs 31 describes her as one who leads her home with integrity, discipline, and more. And just to summarize that whole verse, I feel like what it was telling me was that, especially it was talking to me first, and I just want to share this with you guys as well. Maybe somebody who does want to have a wife one day, that you're in a dating phase and you're looking for the right one, or you're already married, and so this applies to all of y'all, everything I just mentioned. And so my summary of that verse was, as men, when we are trusting God and being prepared for a wife, or for those who already have one, I believe it's important to know that she is there to add value. Remember, it said that she was someone that has high moral standards. And so, someone who adds value. And it also, in the verse, it referred to her as a crown to her husband. That's powerful. That's royalty right there. And so, of course, it also mentions that a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones. And so, when you're looking for that Proverbs 31 woman, the right person that's for you, or if she's the right person, simply look at the scripture and the qualities that it stays out. Does she have high moral standards, or is she like rottenness in his bones? Is she somebody that's disgraceful? And so I feel like if you have your standards, if there's a rubric or there's a grading sheet, look within those lines and see if she's falling within those standards. But, before I get to the but, so simply I put, know what you're looking for or already have, and treat her like the blessing that she is to be in your life. And so I'm putting, we're talking about what you should be looking for in a wife or what she represent. But for some men, you may have that, but you're not actually doing and being the person that she needs to be. You might think you all that in a bag of chips, but really your stuff stink too. You trying to pick at her for every little thing that she's doing wrong. But what is it that you may be doing as well that you're not being in alignment? Because it comes with a condition to have someone and to even deserve someone of that virtuous woman standard that has high moral standards, and somebody who leads her home with integrity, discipline, and more. And so for some of you that I feel like that may mean changing who you are. And that was applied to myself because I believe that I have a virtuous woman. I married a Proverbs 31 woman. And no, she's not perfect, as none of us are, but I believe that certain things I truly you have to be an example. You have to make sure that you're walking the walk and not just talking the talk. So, what are you doing to make sure that she feels comforted? Are you being an emotional support system? Is she truly your best friend? Are you presenting yourself in a way that she feels comfortable within the house, and that you're even fit to be the leader that she needs? She has the right to feel that way. So you may have found what you're looking for, but make sure that you're also following along the characteristics and the foundation of what she needs, as well as being that firm foundation, for your household, and for her to even feel comfortably and submitting to. And so, for some men, that may mean changing who you are to also be the man that she needs as well, and not just being one-sided. So, men, I encourage you to step up if that's not you, and be the better version of yourself, so that she can get everything she needs and more. And so that, when you guys are joined in Ephesians, to talk about how you guys become one in Ephesians chapter 5. Let's see, where is it at? You guys become one flesh. Lord help me. Yeah, verse 31. For this cause, a man shall leave his father and mother, and shall be joined unto his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. So you guys are coming together to be one. You don't want it to be one-sided. One person is holding up their end and the other person isn't. And the Bible does talk about it in a different way. Of course, if one isn't saved and one is saved, you should still stay and believe that you'll lead them to it. But just make sure you're holding that standard. And again, if you're looking for that one day, make sure that you have that scale as to being treating others how you want to be treated, simply put. So I know I kind of started to go everywhere at the end, but hey, I hope this word bless you. I hope that you can learn from it. And the moral of the story is that just make sure that you are being held accountable to your part, and I believe that you will receive everything and more it is that you deserve, and getting your virtuous woman, and just you guys being together as one flesh to have a great life here on earth, and so much more that could be said, but love you guys. We'll talk more soon, and get into your word. Peace.